And hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, notification bell, go the updates. I'm sure if you watch my channel, you watch Matt's channel. But hello, Matt. Massive Beer Reviews. I'm sorry, Massive Beer. Cool, man.
Good, man. It's just, I don't know, man. Life is fantastic. Didn't we just do this 5 minutes ago? Yeah, dude. Just beer is good. Life is good. Kiddo's good. Weather, dude. Weather. Come on now. This fall ass weather. Just ripping Oktoberfest and sitting outside when you can because the mosquitoes are extra this year. But goddamn, I'm loving life. How about you?
I think you and I are in full agreement about fall being the best season and the temperature of fall. Well, actually, I don't know. Fall. I do think fall's probably my favorite season. I don't know that about you, but the temperature, I know you and I agree about.
Oh yeah, no, fall's the best. I mean, it's very neck and neck with spring for me. Early spring, more specifically, it has its trade-offs. Early spring you get way less bugs. But fall, man, the foliage, you know what I mean, just the beers, the going into Thanksgiving, which is the most delicious holiday, and then Christmas, which is the funnest holiday, and all that stuff. It's just there's so much to look forward to. Plus, in spring, you just like, okay, we're gonna go into summer. I guess you could say the same thing about winter, but man, I hate heat. It sucks.
Yeah. I mean, in theory, summer is really cool, but those hot days, 70 degrees with a breeze is like my perfect, and you don't get that enough throughout the summer, at least where I am. So, yeah, no, I'm super excited. Yeah, not just to be sweating all the freaking time when I'm like doing anything outside right now. Big fan of that.
Yeah, it just seems like, and maybe it's just me getting old and curmudgeon-y and whatnot, but not that we didn't have hot summers. And granted, good portion of where I lived was up in the Poconos, so it was about 5 to 10 degrees colder than where I live now. But it seemed like we had, a couple brutal days and a bunch of nice days and a couple really hot days. And this summer, it seemed like they turned the heat on full at the end of May, and they're just like, okay, we're leaving it there till like 2 weeks ago. There was no sure, there was a couple days here and there where you're like, oh, this isn't bad, but it was like 80 instead of 90. It was one of those things where it hasn't been cool for so long, but I mean, this past weekend, it was so nice out this past weekend that when me and my wife are out and about, we would literally just stop in our tracks and go, it's amazing outside right now. Like, we would just physically have to say that to each other,
Well, and you had mentioned this offline a while back, or maybe it was online somewhere, but like how the temperature just dropped. And it's because it rained. And it's like it was either like just oppressively hot or raining. It's just, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Two things that are not inviting to me being outside. No. Comments. Cheers to you as well.
What's going on, Joe?
Another fall Joe. Greater than all.
I concur. Hashtag facts.
Fall is the best season. Hoodie, yeah. Russ, hoodies for sure. Like anytime I can wear pants and hoodies, sign me up. And then outside,
I'm that guy who I'll be in shorts until Christmas.
Yeah,
I'm that guy. Yeah, I'm that guy.
Even at work, I've just been wearing hoodies, and I'm just like, it's comfortable. I'm okay with it. Like, I'm not a sweaty mess. I love it. Yeah. No, hell yeah. So
I'll say this right now. I'm not a big hoodie guy.
Really?
In general, across the board. I do not like having to pull stuff over my body other than a t-shirt. I can't stand. I don't like it. Like I'm a very big if you give me like a hooded zip up, I'll rock that all day. You know what I mean? Or I do. I'm a track jacket kind of guy. I'm not a big hoodie guy, but teach their own.
Yeah, I'm not a pullover hoodie guy. I'm a zip up hoodie guy. Okay. Am I coming through okay? My sensor came up that it's low Wi-Fi.
I mean, I could see it. It's a little bit blurry, but it's not like I can't read Ithaca behind you. You know what I mean? Okay. Like it's fine.
No, thanks. Unfortunately, it is fall and spring all year round in the PNW. Yeah, I will say, living in the well, I guess it's not technically the north, like New England, but the Northeast. It's great having the 4 seasons. I do like that a lot. As much as I like fall and like Matt said, I agree with him. Like early spring, when it's not oppressively hot, summer has some nice, things to do. Obviously, in the winter, especially I used to like snowboard and stuff. I like the winter more. But yeah,
I don't mind winter. Like it's cold and wet, whatever, or icy, whatever. Fine, whatever. But I really do enjoy like a brutal, crippling snowstorm. Once I don't want a ton of snow all year or all winter. I just want one snowstorm where they drop like 3 feet on me, and I'm like stuck inside. And all you have to do, you just have to stay warm with your family. Oh man, it's so great.
Yeah, I don't like hate, like I have a snowblower, so like I don't hate having to do snow removal, but yeah, the snowstorm with the being inside, just relaxing, binge watching, drinking some beers or whatever. Yeah, definitely a big fan. What's up, Keith? How you doing, man?
Good.
We're talking about our favorite seasons of the year. That's what you're coming into. Do you have a favorite season, Keith, before we move on?
I like when it snows.
There it is.
Which
Are
is
you want a big snowstorm or just like a little fresh snow because it looks pretty, or what?
No, I don't want to have to leave the house.
You're fitting in perfectly with what's being discussed. Ross brought up my next thing. What's everyone drinking? I know Matt's just got to turn that glass around. Miller Low Life, the toilet water of beer. Is that this? Did I read that right?
Champagne beers.
And we got a German alt beer. Oh, that's the brewery that the FLX guys.
Yeah,
were talking about.
Mike just sent this to me.
Nice. Yeah. I didn't have that one, but we had a bunch that they brought up for Beer Trip or brought down for Beer Trip Palooza. And I'm drinking Bird of Epic Proportions from Hop Butcher.
What'd you think of that beer?
You know what? I wasn't even really paying attention to it. It's good. It's a little different than the average New England style IPA, so I'll give them credit for that. It's got like a melony thing.
I don't think I like that beer. Was that the pale ale?
This is an 8% double IPA. This is with Horus. It was a collab with Horus.
Oh yeah, that's that one. Okay, yeah.
Zipper hoodies is exactly. I way back in the day had some pullover, but like Matt was saying before, just it's obnoxious. I don't know, and I don't think aesthetically it looks any better than a zipper. So yeah, I'm definitely a zip guy.
Well, see, to me, a hoodie has to be non-zipped. Like to me, it's like almost a definition of a hoodie is like.
Oh really?
Just for me, a hoodie is a hoodie. Like to me, like a zip up is almost like a fall. Like it's almost like a jacket with a hood. It's not a hoodie hoodie. Like a hoodie is a hoodie. You know what I mean? Like it's a big sweatery, heavy, like Echo Unlimited thing that you put over and has this big ass freaking hood on it. That's to me a hoodie. But
Echo Unlimited for sure.
Yeah.
But I wonder, maybe I'm mistaken. I wonder if it's regional or something. If you call it a hoodie, I've always just called any sweatshirt material with a hood a hoodie. But I wonder if I'm mistaken, or if regionally it's just some people.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I wouldn't classify a zip up as like almost. I mean, obviously there's exceptions to the rule, but for me, all the zip ups I have if there was no zipper, I wouldn't classify it as like heavy, dense sweater. It's almost like they tend to be thinner and lighter. You know what I mean? Like not like a sweater material or whatever. But anyway, I would not drain pour a hoodie. Let's put it that way. Let's get it back on track here.
We'll get there in due time. I haven't been ice fishing before. That interests me, but I've not done it. Good evening to you as well, the metal guy. 1983. If that was the year you're born, that's a good year to be born. Had a great fruited sour. Nice, very nice. What fruit was in it? I know they do a lot of them. Devil's advocate. The zipper is not aesthetically pleasing. Complete. What, Ross? How do you kick someone off of this? Is there a way to do that?
You can kick them,
but it's still a hoodie. But it's a zip up or a pullover sweater without a hood. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. And I was saying about what might we discuss in this beer podcast or beer live stream, and not think about what is a hoodie or not. But that's what you get. That's what you get for tuning in.
And to be fair, Ross, we don't know each other in real life, but from your picture, you look like a well-dressed thin gentleman. We're pudgy beer drinking dudes, so the whole like pullover aesthetic thing, we bailed on that a while ago. Aesthetics don't really. Kyle's wearing a Funko Pop shirt. Keith is wearing the same shirt he's worn for the past 19 years, and I grabbed the cleanest thing that was within arm's reach. So I think we're probably batting in a different league when it comes to aesthetics and how we actually look when we leave the house.
Yeah. I'm in a wedding soon, and I had to get a suit, and I put it on. I'm just like, this is not a good situation. Like this.
No.
Yeah. No, very true. Lactose sour base condition passion fruit. Okay, you had me until bubble gum. I was all in. I love passion fruit, guava, pineapple, coconut. I love mango. Bubble gum. That's tough. Joe getting us back on track with the drain pours. Yeah, Ross, man, Ross. Yeah. So, before we go into that, Matt, what are you drinking now? Lager.
I opened a half acre. It's their Lagertown Oktoberfest.
Speaking of them, do we know when Hot Butcher is opening their spot in the old?
They have to be brewing out of there already. They have to be.
Yeah.
There's no way they're not, because the last box of beer I got from them, some of the beers tasted quite a bit different than what I'm used to, and I assume that's learning curve on a new brewing system. Plus, if you go by just a scumbag meter, and by that I mean them sending everybody beer, they took like 3 months off, and I assume that was just them taking, they were like ripping boxes to everybody on YouTube every 3 seconds, except for Keith, by the way. And then it kind of took a hiatus for 3 months, so I assume that was just them getting their shit in order and moving and getting everything set up.
I didn't think of that, but that does actually, that makes a lot of sense.
Or we could just text Jeremiah live right now. Let's get him.
True, we could just ask. That's a good point. What fall beer style are you guys looking forward to the most for the fall season? I'm not going to say I hate pumpkin beers at this point, but I would be more excited about Oktoberfest beers. And even more specifically, looking to see what some local breweries are doing. Either one, but I'd be more excited to try a local Oktoberfest than a pumpkin beer at this point. How about you guys?
You know the meme that you see floating around. It's been very, very, very prevalent over the past couple of weeks of George Costanza saying, "Shh, got to be quiet. I'm shifting into soup mode." Yeah. Have you seen that one? That's me. Fall for me is like Belgian dark / Doppelbock season. It's like shh, I'm shifting into Belgian dark mode. You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of doubles, a lot of like a lot of Doppelbocks, things like that. Not that I'm a big like, oh, you have to drink dark beer in the winter and then light beer in the summer. I'm not that kind of guy, but that's always been my kind of jam.
How about you, Keith?
I just want
smoke.
I feel like yeah. Smoke. What is it?
Keith, what do you want in spring? Smoke beer. What do you want in summer? Smoke beer. What do you want in fall? Smoke beer. What do you want in winter? Pilsner.
I don't know. And I mean, I guess it's not a seasonal thing, but like right now I've been like craving like a really good like just base stout, because I feel like all the stouts I come across have like I don't know, children in them. I don't know what they put in beer anymore.
Children?
Or like ingredients that children would like cake and stuff.
Yeah.
Or actual ground up children.
Or actual children. I don't know.
Whoa.
I don't know what they put in beer anymore.
It's just a bad kid, so it's okay.
Oh, okay. Willy Wonka situation. Kid just falls in and they keep going.
Yeah.
Is that a collab with another brewery, or is that just them? The Frosé, I can't think of the brewery's name, but it makes me think maybe it's a collab. It's the one Joe from the Beer Patrol.
450 North?
No,
No.
Craft.
Oh, you know who does a lot of?
Imprint.
They do
Was it
collabs with
Imprint?
Imprint a lot of times.
Yeah, it might have been them because the Nerd Sense guys ended up getting it.
Oh yeah, it's the smoothie thing, right?
Yeah. So it's not that Froze is specific to that brewery, but just makes me think maybe it's a collab with them and Mortalis. I'm just curious. I like it. Yeah, I like that. Let's get that hashtag trending. That's funny. On the other half, or half acre, wow, other half, oh my God. On the half acre, how put the world know? If you read the cans, none of them have said Chicago yet. Okay, good evidence. I'm wondering if they did move, maybe they're just using up labels that they've already printed, or
that could be that could be the case. Yeah, or it could be they haven't moved in yet. I don't know. Again, we could literally text someone and he'd tell us right away, but we won't do that because it's not stuff fun.
It's more fun.
He would get back to us too in like 3 minutes.
He would, yeah, exactly right. Keith wants all styles to be smoked at all times. Yeah, and apparently smoked with the flesh of burning children.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm on the same page.
Oh, I will also say that I've been wanting Doppelbox lately too.
I just want to say that Keith is the only like vegan adjacent person that wants things that taste like bologna.
I don't like the smoked meat part like as much as I like the licking an ashtray kind of smokiness.
Okay.
So now
I like both, but I like the ashtray charcoal smokiness
versus like a savory smokiness.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I mean, those are two different things. I get it. King's Brewing Company. Okay, so it was a collab. There you go. Wasn't the one I was thinking of, but hey, struck gold. It's okay. Yeah. So drain pours. Do you guys remember your first drain pour?
No. No. I mean, technically my first drain pour would probably be when I was trying to steal liquor from my parents and I didn't know what scotch was. And I poured some scotch and tried to drink it. And I was like, fuck that noise. I'm not drinking caustic chemicals like that. Beer wise, it was probably something like, I was like, oh, it was probably the dumbest drain pour ever. It was probably like, oh, I only drink good beer like Molson Triple X. I'm not drinking this Miller Genuine Draft, something like that.
There was definitely like I have a first like craft beer drain pour thing, but yeah, there was definitely times in college where I'm just like, I've had too much. Like at a party, I'm like, I'm just gonna dump some of this and then carry the cup around for the rest of the party. So I definitely did that kind of thing, but it's got to be like 10 years ago. I was it was more of like a poker game, but we brought craft beer, and it was that Dogfish Head Tahenkit. What's that beer, Keith?
It's the Rawhouse Marzen.
Oh, nice.
Mietzen. I don't know how to pronounce it.
It's appropriate for fall. And everyone tried it.
Very light.
Well, you can see through it. I don't like beer that you can see through. But yeah, we all tried it. Like, this is garbage. And again, this was like 10 years ago. So we all kind of looked at each other like, what do you do with beer that's this bad? Like, I think we can just dump it. And so it was just this like almost like taboo thing. It felt like at the time, like, well, but it's craft beer. You can't dump craft beer. We're like, this, no one wants to drink it. It's just going to sit here and get flat in the bottle till you dump it tomorrow morning when you clean up. Like, yeah, might as well dump it now. Okay, so maybe if we don't remember first times dumping beer, how often do you think you drain pour a beer?
A lot, dude. Especially doing beer too, man. Like people always think it's like I do it all the time. Like I would say at least if I typically do four reviews about a couple times a week. And if I don't drain pour, and by drain pour I mean I might put one off to the side and go, I'm not going to drink that, not actually drain pour. I'm not literally drain pour. At least once. There's sometimes it's all of them, and then I'm like, I still want a beer, so I'll go get a Miller High Life. But and then every now and then, like I'll hit it, like the trifecta or whatever, and everything will be good. But I at least once a review. Once a review session, I dump something because I don't. Why waste my time on it? You know what I mean? Like I want to drink beer that I enjoy. You know what I mean? Why am I going to force this beer down if I don't like it? Fuck it.
How about you, Keith?
I have. Hold on. I just realized I didn't plug my laptop in. Hold on. Are we live yet? No. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah. We're like 20 minutes in. We're like a third of the way through.
He's just test betting comments. You know what I mean? Those are just fake comments.
Yeah.
We're firing in there. Just
all my different avatars that I created and type in comments. Yes, the illusion that people are watching.
I mean, I've been quote unquote drain pouring a lot of beers recently, just because like when I review a few beers, like I want to finish them, but I end up just falling asleep because I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And but I never really. I used to have this thing where like if I opened a beer, I had to finish it, and that kind of stopped around. It was like when was that? A year and a half ago? No, like almost 2 years ago. Like I was going through all the beer that I had, and I would just like be like, whatever, I'll just drink this now. And then it was just like not good, and then I'm just like, whatever, not drinking it. But
I think that's where I am now. Is because it's also one of the reasons I typically just review one beer a day. Is it's easy enough to drink one beer. But I am kind of shifting that thought to, like Matt was saying, like, if I don't really like the beer that much, I'm so cheap, and like I was totally raised that like you finish everything that's on your plate. So like totally to try to like undo these mindsets. So it's like, yeah, like if I'm not enjoying it, like why am I finishing it or whatever? Or maybe I did enjoy it as it gets warmer in the glass. I'm like, I'm not really feeling it. Why force myself to keep finishing these drinks? So I am actually probably in a transition myself with this.
So you drank all of that Secret Savages then?
No, and that's why for this week I'm like well, that's the thing too. Like drain pour is such almost like it's like trying to be provocative of a thing. Like that was an active. I'm drain pouring this. Whereas it's more like you guys were saying, like maybe. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to finish this. Oh, it's been sitting out for a while. I'll just dump what's left in my glass. That's not like some sort of not that it's malicious, but some sort of like act of rebellion against the beer. It's not that move, which I think is probably more what people do. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only drain pour I can remember that actually gave me the same reaction you got from the Secret Savages was Saranac's Rudy Spice Christmas Ale. I literally gagged on the aroma.
I've had that beer, and I don't think it was. Did I review that beer, Joe? I'm pretty sure I reviewed that, and I didn't think it was that horrible. I might have had that as a mystery beer, actually. Anyway, sorry.
No, I'm going to look it up because I don't recognize that. Rudy's Spiced. I'm such a visual guy. I got to see a picture to know if I've had the beer or not. Yeah, I did not. Yeah, I haven't had that beer. What was it? Was it like...
It's like a winter warmer kind of thing.
Okay. But like pine needles or something weird added, not weird, but like added that could be more sensory, or just like base beer brewed in a way that made you gag, Joe? Never did drain pour on a beer I didn't like. I have only did a drain pour on beers that were infected. Yeah. For good point. Like if the beer is obviously skunked or infected or something, that's definitely, why. You wouldn't do it with food, if like the food was tainted, tasted tainted, you wouldn't keep eating it. But yeah, it is money down the drain, quite literally. Yeah, so I get that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really wants. It's not like, and that's the funny thing. We could actually have that conversation down the line a little bit, but there is absolutely 100% an active culture that drain pours on purpose to try to be cool, which is like the dumbest thing in the history of mankind. Yeah. But like I'm never like, oh, I can't wait to drain pour this thing. I'm like, I don't want to drain pour anything, but it's like sometimes it's not worth it, especially if you're just like a quality over quantity thing. It's just no one actively wants to do it, but why? Why would I force myself? I understand it because I used to, like Keith, you just kind of felt like you needed to, you had to. I was that guy too, but now I'm just like, fuck this. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah. No, and I'm getting more there myself. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a taboo thing. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I am curious. And like you had said earlier, like doing beer reviews, it might be a little different if you're doing multiple reviews. And yeah, again, like, well, these two I liked, this one I didn't like. I'm going to finish the two I liked, and who cares about that other one? Versus people who are, yeah, just this is a 6-pack I'm drinking this weekend, and I'm drinking it this weekend. Yeah, I don't know. What do we? Yeah, how much the average person like? If my dad was watching this and he was like, "You ever do this? What? How wasteful are you?" Like he would think I was craziest person ever for ever doing it. So I wonder, like the average person, average beer consumer, how crazy this is or isn't. Yeah, for sure, exactly. Yeah, or like at bottle shares or something too. Like I think. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it could be like this cool badge of honor thing. Like we all agree that, this is so awful. We have to ceremonially dump it down the drain and post it to, Instagram and our stories that we did this. And
well, the best part about those is it's usually some big huge 750 of some like crazy expensive stout. And they'll all like gather around some like stainless steel sink, and they'll be like, "We're Drainpouring. This shit sucks. Who cares about this beer?" And like 2 ounces pour out. And you're like, "Yo, dude, like where'd the other like 21 ounces go?" You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And you drank all of it. It's like the person that eats like all their food and has like grizzle from the steak left going, "Can I return this steak with that?"
This wasn't good. Yeah. Yeah, well, even like the thumbnail I used for this video, I had to go into the recycling, get the bottle out, put water in the bottle, and then take a picture of me dumping water out because I wasn't gonna. It never even entered my mind. I should videotape me dumping this beer in the sink, and I should tag 3 Floyds in it, and I'll get all this cool scene credit. No, like, and also it's the only beer I've ever. I wish I had said this in that review. That's the only beer I've ever had from them that I didn't like. Like, I think they're a really good brewery. But it messed with my mind so much because it was so awful. I couldn't even think straight. Acknowledge, hey, this is the first dud I've had from those guys. But anyway, yeah.
You go to 3 Floyds. You go in the back of 3 Floyds, and you sit down with the people that made that beer, and you start talking about that beer. I bet you, behind closed doors with a microphone off, they just tell you, they're like, "Yeah, we just felt like fucking with people or something." Because a brewery just doesn't. They don't. You know what I mean? Like they're just like. I'm not saying they did it on purpose, but I'm saying that it probably came out so bad. They're like, "Let's bottle it and see what happens." You know what I mean? Like they don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like they're just like, "Screw it, let's do it." And like, there's no way they like that beer.
Well, I did muster up to think to say this. I think I said in the review, like. Even if that beer was a year old when I had it, I can't imagine when it was first released that it was good and then it got bad that quickly. Like, yeah, that beer must have just always been bad. So yeah, like the fact that they released it.
Well, that was the thing. It wasn't infected. It was just bad.
Yeah. You're right. No, it's true. It was definitely not because it did not have any of the infected notes that you would get. Yeah, a troll or we put a bunch of money and time into it. Might as well recoup what we can. Whatever the motivation was, I was not here for it. So
we'll have to get a bottle for the next Beer Tuber Palooza. So
I mean, I'll track down 2 bottles of that, Keith, and you get 1 or 2 bottles of Soul's Floating World, and we'll do a side by side.
Oh God,
what style is that?
Bile, stomach bile. We're doing bile versus bile.
Wasn't I never had that, but wasn't there like citrus in it, and it was just like, or am I thinking of a different Soul beer?
No,
I thought that one was like that was just super acidic.
No, it was vomit. No? I said it was vomit in my review.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, it's just, oh man, that thing is just oof. But that was just on purpose too, so who knows.
Soul's the brewery I'm thinking of right out of PA that had the name change and everything.
Yeah, it's called Separatist now.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, I think it's the same one. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you have time and money invested, I get it, but like that's your name, like that's your brand, and then I don't know, you release something that's that awful. How's the new house, Keith?
What?
How's the new house?
Good. We're still working on it.
You guys still unpacking and everything?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, there's still stuff.
It takes forever.
Wait, were you on the live stream where I showed this part of the room?
No.
Oh, well, I showed this part of the room, and there's like there were boxes and stuff, like whatever. Well, those boxes are gone, but now there's more stuff here.
Are you showing everybody my mess?
No, you.
Hi, Katie.
Katie, she can't hear us. I would be like, Katie, we're looking at Keith. We are looking at your mess.
Oh, come on.
Hey,
come on.
Hey,
What?
come back.
No.
Come back. I gotta tell you what Matt said.
If it has anything to do with putting more beer in my refrigerator, I don't want to hear it.
No, he was like, we're looking at Keith. We are looking at your mess.
Oh, thanks.
And tell her the beer wasn't my fault. It was everybody else. I didn't do that.
I told her that.
Oh, by the way, do you want? I'm going to go to Costco tomorrow, and I might get that German advent calendar.
Yeah.
You want one of those?
Yeah. Yes.
So after Beer Tour Palooza, too much beer in the house, right? That's the thing, Keith. Is just so much freaking beer, man. I mean, Matt had basically a refrigerator full of beer, but I know I went home with a lot of beer.
I rolled up to my job with a case of beer and said, "Hey, everybody, there's no labels or anything on these. Enjoy."
Did people take them?
I just gave them. I'm like, hey, I'm like, they're like, oh, what kind of beer is it? I'm like, dealer's choice. I have no idea. I'm like, it's Russian roulette. Just enjoy. And I guess like almost every single one of the River Horse cans, because the River Horse cans didn't have dates on them, but they were all like barrel aged, like Scotch Jameson barrel aged stouts or something.
Really?
Yeah, right. Keith, they were all like they do a barrel aged. I forget what they call it. Is it the Craig or something like that? It's basically they have a partnership with Jameson and they do a barrel aged series with Jameson whiskey barrels, and it's like all of them are just Jameson whiskey barrel aged double digit Russian Imperial stouts. I bring them to work to a bunch of people who don't even drink fucking beer. They're like, yeah, I'll take some home. And it's like ripping fucking barrel aged stouts.
I think the biggest problem with that is, well, I still have a couple beers from BeerTuber, a few beers from several beers from BeerTuber Palooza in the fridge still. But I think the problem is that BeerTuber Palooza was the day before we moved into this place. So I put a case and a half of beer into the fridge before anything else.
The priorities
and
were in order.
Yeah, there's a good amount of it still in there. Plus other beer that I bought. But she's fine. She drinks it too. She's
My wife hasn't been drinking a lot of beer lately. What was it? The other day we had. What I'll do is I'll give her like 2 beers, and then which one do you like more? And I'll drink the other one. Oh crap! What was it? It'll come to me, but she's like, "Yeah, this is the one I want to drink." I don't remember. This would be a much better story if I could remember. Matt, I saw you poured a new beer. What are you drinking? Oh, it's a good move. And you got a good deal on that. That was good.
Yeah, what a hoppy beer, man. And it's honestly, I'll tell you what. I've drank these goddamn fruit flies, man. I can't take it, dude. I can't take it. It's my wife's not here. It's all her goddamn fault, and it's all her goddamn fault. My wife went ate shit with like a what do they call it? Cloning plants, like all her plants, like from everything she was like taking to like basically regrowing plants from the plants she had and giving them to people. And we just got her first frost, so she brought in like 9 billion plants from outside, and all of a sudden. It's fruit fly day. No, Hetty, man, like I've drank several of these over the past few years, and it actually maybe it was like 2 or 3 years ago. I did probably 2 years ago. I did a mystery beer heady.
Oh, I was there. I remember that.
And you had it. You drank some of it,
it.
and didn't it taste like a hazy New England no bitter IPA? I was like, "What the fuck am we drinking?"
It was like super citrus and just really bright and just
it
was really weird.
And it's been like that, and it got a little bit different until this batch is like drinking fucking pureed garlic and onion and weed. It's crazy dank, like insanely so, and it's fresh. I mean, this can, when I buy it last week, it was canned 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? And it was, like, it's not old. It is filthy, like a filthy stuff. Like what I kind of remember it being kind of a little bit more in back of the day. I was like, oh shit, how about this? Good on you, Kimmick.
Any grapefruit? I can't remember. Like, I haven't had it in a while.
I mean, there's
grapefruit.
There's like fruity shit in here, but the last couple ones I've had were just so not bitter or not aggressive or offensive.
Okay.
In a positive way. You know what I mean? Like it like this is like kind of like I don't want to say caustic, but it's like filthy. Like I want to like get angry at it and punch it. It's like it's not a dainty beer. It's definitely a hefty, aggressive hop presence in here. What do you expect from Alchemist? You know, you walk in that brewery, it's like you walked in like reefer madness. You know what I mean? It just smells like weed all over the place in that joint. And honestly, that the last year and a half ahead has been kind of more like, you know, Treehouse than it has anything else. This is like just yeah.
Hay Topper classic.
Yeah.
I got the advent calendar from Costco 4 years ago. Most of the beers were almost a year old. Ooh. Wanted to get
but they're all like they're almost all like lager and pilsner. I'm okay with it. Like I like the whole thing is just German lager, Helles, pilsner. There's a couple smoke beers in there. It's not beers that are like crazy mad old. Okay. You know what I mean? Or not beers that can last that long. You know?
Yeah. The Saranac beer was from like 2012, 2013, so it wasn't recent. Gotcha. Fair enough. Well, yeah, having that kind of reaction, hard to forget that kind of reaction when, like, literally gagging, wanting to throw up.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a beer that was that bad. Like
even the Lizard.
Well, yeah, the Lizard of Kaz is just a bad beer that. It's not cohesive. It's not. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just not good.
But you could physically drink a glass of it, which is what's different.
Yeah, because it's. I mean, I guess it's not really offensive as far as the taste goes. It's just not good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it didn't make me want to gag or throw up.
Yeah.
My eyes didn't water drinking it. Like, and same thing. I mentioned that Dogfish had higher math as another beer I really did not like, and is towards the bottom of beer.
I really like that beer too.
The medicinal cherry kills it for me. I think I would like that beer without the cherry added to it.
Did you have it aged, or did you have it?
Yeah,
fresh?
I've had it fresh, and I ended up having one a couple months ago. So it's just been. I forgot how old it was at that point, but
because that was a birthday beer that they brewed for their
it was cherry birthday cake is what it was supposed to be like.
Yeah. And then I want to see.
I remember I had a fresh one that I thought was really good. It was very boozy because it's like 17% or whatever, but then I had an aged one, not maybe like a year or two ago, and I thought it was good.
I liked it, if I'm remembering correctly, I liked it more with age, but it really was still that the cherry was just hitting medicinal to me. That's but again, just like the Lizard of Kaz thing, I could drink it and all that. Whereas this Three Floyds beer, I literally couldn't stomach the thought of taking more into my body. So like again, completely different things, like poorly made beers or beers that maybe were made fine, but just they don't hit for you versus something that you have to use terms like bile, vomit, you know. Yeah.
It's the anti-Suarez beer. The pH balance just does not belong in your body. It just does. It's the exact opposite. It's like this is like Epicac or whatever for the fucking the beer world or whatever the hell it is. What's that stuff that you drink that makes you throw up?
Oh,
I don't know.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't think of the name.
Three Floyd Secret Savages.
There you go.
Turpentine? I don't know. I know exactly what you're talking about. Man. Yeah, I just, again, not to harp on it, but just, yeah, the thought of releasing that with your name on it, like maybe make up a sister company and like this is our really experimental beer company, and this is where we release this stuff. But really, it's where you release the beers that are just so awful. I don't want to keep crapping on
because I watched your review on it, and it said it was like in a bunch of different barrels and stuff.
Yeah,
was it like a blend of things, or did they take one base beer, put it in a bunch of different barrels, and then? Or
I didn't look up more information than what I read from the bottle. Joe put it up on the screen and stuff on the screen. I don't know if they were blending it or if it was the whole thing and then the whole thing moved again. That I don't know. But like Matt was saying, it's not like it tastes like it's infected or like, had an issue where, went into too many barrels and somewhere it got, funky. It just, without any of those infected notes, was just that god awful. Appreciate you, Joe. Thank you for.
Unless that was one of those beers that's like amazing, like 5 minutes after it's bottled, and it's just garbage.
No. I'm telling you right now, I will die. I will go to my grave. I will die on the hill all my life. They did it on purpose, man. Listen, it's a multiple barrel wine and spirit watermelon barley wine. Just wrap that shit in your noggin.
It's supposed to be a barley wine?
It's double digits. What was it? 10% or whatever? 9 and change or whatever.
Yeah,
so it's essentially it was a sour watermelon barley wine
of hot garbage.
That's if someone rolls up to me and says that, I said, "You fucking with me? Like, you know you're fucking with me, right?"
It was a really dark color, wasn't it?
No, it was kind of like it was like this without the haze.
It was
kind of.
No, I thought Kyle, it's yours.
It was the light brownish with a little bit of red,
like a non-super age, like Thomas Hardy or whatever.
Yeah,
it was darker, but not like super dark.
It might have been a little darker on this side of the camera then.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
It looked like a dark purplish, brownish thing. It didn't look good. The color,
that is tough doing the reviews with the lighting. Is like when I'm describing the color, it's different than what the camera's picking up. To some degree. So what happens in a situation like that? The vast majority of people hated that beer. So how does it get released? For a brewery like Three Floyds, who is known for quality, that is weird to me. I mean, who knows if they would be open to discussing this? But same thing, Joe. I don't know how many people taste a beer before a brewery releases, especially the size of someone like a Three Floyds. I can't imagine over half of them were like, this beer is amazing. We're stoked on it. Get the label art going. Let's release this. I got to, and that's why I wonder, is it the troll thing? Is it we're going to get some money back for it thing? To Keith's Lizard of Kaz bringing that to Beer Trooper Palooza. Yeah, we need to get some bottles of this, sit on it till next year so people can see, does this dethrone Lizard of Kaz as the worst beer?
We could do that, man. The Lizard of Kaz versus those two would be weird because it's a completely different. But I'm telling you, Soul Floating World and this and that thing from whatever it was from Three Floyds are very similar beers, dude. Very, very, very similar beers.
What's it? Soul Floating Worlds?
Yeah, Soul Artisan Ales. Floating Worlds. Actually, I'm gonna look it up too because
I don't know that beer. by name. Sour barrel aged watermelon barley wine. I buy it for science. Yeah, that's about it. I'd also go into understanding it'll probably be disgusting. I mean, I did have the advantage of being told, not advantage, but I did have the story of like this beer apparently is horrible. But yeah, if I saw that on the shelf, would I have bought it? Would have been like, yeah, watermelon barley wine that's been barrel aged. Because part of me that's unique, so I'm drawn to that. I like trying new things. Fair enough, but also doesn't sound like it would be a good combination.
Yeah, I tried looking it up. All I got was Matt's review and a bunch of articles about how Soul is turning into separatist.
Yeah, I can't find anything. I mean, I'm only doing it super fast, but Matt's theory of it being a troll beer absolutely makes sense. So, like, Three Floyds doesn't make bad beer. Exactly. Like, I literally, I don't know how many beers I've had from them, but I've literally never had a bad beer. And then you get this beer that is.
But why would you make people spend money on a beer that was like that bad? I just feel like I don't know.
Just cause I don't know.
And like, I wouldn't even want to like cook it down and try to make a syrup out of it, or like add it to a dish that I'm going to burn off the alcohol anyway. Like, there was no redeemable qualities. It smelled good. I did like the aroma. Like, I'm like, oh, actually, this aroma's fine.
What was the ABV on it again?
I think it was 10.3 or something, like right around 10.
I would like that. Try that beer in 15 years. That's the only redeemable quality for me. I would not that it's going to get good. I'm just really curious to see what it would taste like in like 10 to 20 years.
Soul turned into separatist.
I can't tell if Joe is now being a troll. He knows.
I was gonna say. I think he's been watching this whole time, and I think we've said
Joe knows what he's saying.
Right? Some people just want to watch the world burn, Keith. Joe might be one of them. So was your Kaz not aged well? One of my first adjuncted bourbon barrel aged stouts.
It was. I mean, I did not take care in aging it because it was a garbage beer. But like I mean, Kyle had it. It wasn't like it wasn't.
Go watch my review. Go watch my review. I reviewed Lizard of Kaz before it came out. That's how fresh I had. And it was hot garbage. Like it was back when founders would send me fucking beer, and I got it a week before they released it to the public, and it was fucking super hot garbage.
Yeah. I didn't like that beer fresh, and age didn't save that beer either. I was so disappointed because at the time I was really liking Founders beers. I had liked barrel aged beers from them. I loved blueberries, and just I was loving barrel aged stouts, and it was definitely in a phase where if I saw barrel aged stout, I bought it. Like it was just because they were a little harder to come by and things. I'm just like, if I see one, I'm just gonna buy it. There was times where I'd be like, I'm gonna buy two because I'm gonna have one fresh and one aged, and Lizard of Kaz, I don't remember I bought a second one when I bought the first one, but if I did, I'm sure I got rid of it quick.
Yeah. And I feel like with Lizard of Kaz, I feel like they knew it was a bad beer because it says bourbon barrel aged, and I think it was bad. And then they were like, let's throw it in a bourbon barrel so we can call it bourbon barrel aged so everybody will buy it.
Yeah. And maybe hoping like it actually would turn around and be okay. I don't know.
That blueberry, I don't know how you can. I don't know how you fix that. You don't. I don't think.
I think it's actually probably the opposite, Keith. I think the beer was probably so bad they said, "Fuck it, put that blueberry shit in there, and maybe people won't notice."
Maybe the blueberry will overpower the bad.
Yeah.
So
that does make sense because the blueberry is crazy. But anyway, sorry.
It could have been poorly brewed base beer, and they were just trying adjuncts to save it since they had put all that time and money and effort into it. So Lizard of Kaz wasn't brewed well, so I don't think anybody should try to properly age it. I would have kept it right next to the furnace for 6 years. Yeah, I mean maybe. Have you tried Founders Velvet Rush? I have not. I don't even know if I know that.
Yeah.
Founders Velvet Rush. What is it? Bourbon barrel aged brown ale. My internet's being slow. Yeah, sorry, my internet's being slow. It's like loading up their website. We try and see if that's faster. Borrowing elements from both high-end craft cocktails and moody jazz jazz clubs, Velvet Rush takes a bourbon barrel-aged brown ale up an octave with free-flowing notes of coffee, chocolate, and vanilla extract. Milk sugar aids in weaving together this complex tapestry of flavors to create a unique sipping experience that really ties the room together. No, I've not had this beer. I actually wasn't even aware of this beer, if I'm being honest. Have you had it, Matt? Is it good? Or the Matt in the comments asking about it. I know Matt hasn't had it.
Oh, yeah, I've totally had it. I have like a
you have it.
Yeah.
Is it not a newer one from that? I don't think I've ever even heard of this beer. Okay, Sylvan tried it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I don't think I'd ever even heard of it. So is it a rebrew then, or did you just find some on the shelf still from like a while ago?
Founders has actually kind of like pivoted, like they were doing their barrel something series, like their KBS and all that kind of stuff, and like they had this like specific series they were doing, and all of a sudden, like about less than a year ago, they kind of shifted and started doing just a bunch of different barrel-aged beers outside of that series.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's what I know, just from what I've read.
I remember this series because they started putting the little stamp or whatever looking thing.
Yeah, the little gold foil stamp.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like, wait, this beer wasn't part of a series before, but I mean, I get it, like from a branding point of view or whatever, marketing. Cinnamon Vanilla KBS is out now, and I think Nitro KBS is on the way. I saw that they were doing some variants of it. I think I did see the Cinnamon Vanilla one, but I didn't hear about a Nitro one. Yeah, I mean, Joe, you know my thoughts on Founders right now. And I'm not saying disagree or agree. So, yeah, I probably won't be trying those beers. Yeah.
Right. Well, you got to be that way, Kyle.
About Founders or about wrapping up this?
Both.
Both. Sorry. Yeah, no. Founders is a brewery that exists in the United States of America, and they make beer. And I was going to start wrapping it up, and I feel like I shouldn't. So, Keith, the house is good. Matt, you like being a father still. Talk about the West.
Not that I like being a dad, just still. Like I haven't gotten to the point where I'm like disillusioned and hate my life.
Yeah,
you still like being a father? Oh, that's crazy.
You continue enjoying fatherhood, which is nice. We have a group text amongst us, and Thomas from Thomas Opened pointed it out today that it's really sweet how much Matt loves being a father, and it's awesome, man. Like that's, I don't know how many times we've all said these things, but and this is true of not just the three of us on screen, but the beer tube, the beer scene, how many people you meet, and then you start forming like real relationships and stuff. You know, Ross is in the chat. He reached out to some of us like, hey, I'm going on this vacation. You guys have any breweries you recommend? Like just kind of like a cool network, and you know, whether it's acquaintance or friendly or even becoming friends, you know, yeah, it's a really rad scene. And yeah, it's pretty cool to like be stoked on a dude who I met from BeerTube being a dad. Like that's a cool thing. So look at that positivity. I'm all about it. And ending on a positive note because I am ending this. So anyway, appreciate everyone who watched. Appreciate everyone who joined. We appreciate everyone who Drainpours their disgusting beer and films it and puts it on Instagram and all that, and you know, makes a big spectacle because that's what all the cool kids do. Make sure you check out Keith at 93 Lumber. Make sure you check out Matt at Massive Beer. I'm sure you watch both of them already if you watch my channel.
Kyle from Home Hype Beer Reviews. Go check them out and buy them.
All Hype Beer Reviews, baby. And also people who do beer reviews in the comment section as well. Make sure you check them out. Check out anyone who has ever posted a beer review ever. Well, not anyone. There's a couple of
them. Fuck those people.
How about you should check out anyone who has ever posted a video on YouTube.
Wow. So if you have some free time, watch one of every video.
Yeah, it won't take long.
Yeah, it won't take long. All right. Well, thanks for joining, everyone. Have a great rest of your evening or whenever you're watching this. I hope your day's going well. Bye, guys. Appreciate it.
Friends.